Hi there. Welcome to another episode with Talk with Antonio podcast. I'm your host, Antonio. And well, it's been a week since the election happened. It's over. It's history. And we all know that fucking orange turd is going to be the president-elect. Yada, yada, yada. You know, it's a hard pill to swallow, but you know what? I'm not going to be like those fucking MAGA cults saying that it was rigged. I'm not going to say that. We never said that in the past elections. Not even when Hillary Clinton lost. But yet somehow, I'll give you an example right now with, I think it was an election here in the state of California who a Democrat won by I think of like at least 5 votes. And yet somehow that fucking crazy ass conspiracy theorist, batshit crazy bitch named Marjorie Taylor Greene has been saying all this shit that the California elections are rigged. How is it possible that somehow, if Republicans win, it's fair, but yet somehow when a Democrat wins, they say it's rigged and it's all fake elections? Yet this is the same lady who said on election night that Trump won for a third time. Give me a fucking break, you know? I mean, she looks so fucking stupid, I swear to you. And there's been a lot of stories as to why the election was in favor of Donald Trump. A lot of people place the blame on President Biden and Vice President Harris because of inflation, when in reality, it all started in the 2020s because of COVID. Look it up. I'm not lying, you know. That's how it is. But that's what motivated voters to vote against Vice President Harris. Yet somehow they believe that Trump has something to do with he's going to lower the price on groceries. But you know what? That can be further from the truth, you know. And I don't know, and I don't care what people are going to say about this. It's just I had a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about what happened, and he posted and he put an example that made me think a lot. Because, for example, we live in a capitalist society, and he mentioned that how people voted because of how they believe that the government is going to lower the prices of groceries and all that stuff, when in reality that's not the case. Corporations, like companies like Kroger, Albertsons, Vons, Ralph's, all these supermarkets, they say, he used an example. He said that a government could go, the United States government are going to go up to them, hey, can you lower the prices for consumers and everything? And they're going to say, fuck you. We live in a capitalist society. We could do whatever the fuck we want. And I remember a while back on Twitter, and formerly called it that fucking cesspool of Twitter, they posted a clip of a Woody Woodpecker cartoon, and they show Buzz Buzzard. I believe that's the name of the bad guy in Woody Woodpecker. It's been a while since I've seen that cartoon. He opened up his own supermarket chain, and he was showing at that time like what was all relative, and he was showing the prices at that time. But what the fuck did he do? He started cranking up the prices and raised everything with beef. And then he showed like how he extended like the T-bones. He put like a gigantic bone with a very small steak. That's another example of shrinkflation. That's another topic for another day. And he was showing everything, was cranking up everything, the prices for everything. And they show, and you know, before Woody Woodpecker went to the supermarket, they show a rich pig. He was, I mean, like as the animal, not the police, by the way. And they show a rich pig like going into the supermarket, all wealthy, but yeah, he comes out just wearing a fucking barrel for clothes, and he just walked out with a piece of meat a small piece of meat in his hand. That's how it is. We live in a capitalist society, and corporations get to do whatever the fuck they want. And people actually believe that the government is actually going to lower the prices, and that Trump is going to lower the prices for gas. Hell, even the fucking the main head honchos of the petroleum, they're saying that they're actually asking Trump not to pull out of the climate change, the Paris climate change. They're actually asking Trump not to do that. But you know how Trump is. He's going to do whatever the fuck he wants. And you know, this dude right now, once he takes over, or if that's going to happen, that is. I'm not making any guarantees. I'm just saying that. I'm just going to say a comment towards the end of this episode. And they actually believe that Trump is going to lower the gas prices, lower the groceries, when in fact right now, because of those tariffs that he mentioned, he talked about during the election, that's going to jack up everything. And you know, here's another example of how people who voted for Trump were misguided. And here's an example. Okay. Many people in Pennsylvania voted for this guy. And because they thought they were going to lower the whole tariffs thing. And look at this. Someone posted this. Results have already started. This is from an American woman today. My husband works for a small manufacturing company here in southwestern Pennsylvania. That means most employees are Trump voters. When the president of the company sat them down today to tell them that their annual Christmas bonus would not come this year because of now they need to purchase at least a year's worth of products prior to January 21st due to the proposed tariffs, they did not understand. My husband said that the president had to explain what a tariff is and how it will directly hurt their company. They all thought the foreign country paid their stuff. This is the level of ignorance voting against their own interests here in Pennsylvania. We failed American women and children last night. Hey, and also another group of people who voted uncommitted were these Arab Americans, because they were bitching about what President Biden was not going to do and was not doing anything in the war in Palestine. But yet now Trump is coming in. Now they're asking President Biden to do something about it. All right, here's my answer to both the Arab Americans who voted for Trump and those people who are being laid off right now in southwestern Pennsylvania. And all these people who believe that Trump was going to do all this, when in reality, that was farther from the truth, you know. I will say this. You people voted for this guy. Now you're going to have to deal with it. That's my answer to you. What, you really think that Trump is really looking out for your guys' interest? This guy, you know, people say, oh, how Democrats do the same thing. Yeah. Every party does that. All of them. And you know, the funny part about that is that these people who voted for this guy, hell, even Generation Z voted for this guy. And yet, what the fuck happened right now? Right now, fucking Trump is giving the middle finger to all these people right now. And all these people who voted for this guy, even Latinos who voted highly for this guy, all of you people just drank their own fucking Kool-Aid, and they all live in this fucking vacuum. They believe that this guy's gonna make everything great, when in reality, we're all like, people who didn't vote for this guy. I know who I voted for, people. Look, I'm not trying to be biased here or anything like that. I mean, we all have a right to express who we voted for. I didn't vote for fucking Trump, not in 2016, not even in 2020. And for other people who voted for this guy, hey, like I said, they all have a right whoever the fuck they want to vote for. That's their choice. That's the beauty about this country. But the people who this guy has an agenda, like, and right now the first thing he's going to do is going to do a lot of purge. He already has an enemies list right now. And yet somehow, and people like Mike Johnson is gonna allow this guy to do whatever the fuck he wants, because this guy is going to Mar-a-Lago, bending over backwards, taking in the ass because he does everything President Trump says so. And hell, even this fucking cocksucker that goes by the name of Elon Musk went to campaign for Trump. Now he's acting all giddy and everything. He jumping around like the fucking dork that he is. And hell, a lot of people are saying that there's been a lot of comments. They're saying that Elon Musk has worn out his welcome with Donald Trump. And right now he was in like, man, right now he's doing, supposedly he's going to be talking to Iran right now. Elon Musk is not a politician, yet he's writing all this stupid shit on Twitter saying that we're going to be purging all these fake voters and all this stuff. Motherfucker, you're a what they call, whatever you are, a genius. You're not you're a wannabe politician, dude. And yet he's trying to act all giddy, acting like he's the second in command. And even, what's his name? Anthony Scaramucci said one time, and I think not one time, sorry, earlier today, he said that by 2028, Elon Musk is going to be a Democrat again. Elon Musk said on, what's his name, on Joe Rogan's podcast that he voted for Obama, President Obama. And yet the reason that they say that Elon Musk has a grudge against President Biden is because I guess President Biden ignored Elon Musk because of this electric company. Yet they say that in this country, a lot of the people who are like electric cars, they all think of Tesla. And like right now, this dude is acting all giddy right now, but he's already worn out his welcome with Trump. And you know, it's funny how in terms of this guy, he's a billionaire, but yet somehow when in the fucking MAGA side, they say that George Soros it's not good that he's funding the Democrats, but yet somehow if it's Elon Musk, that's allowed. The hypocrisy of the MAGA cult. It's like if everything goes well for them, everything's okay. Nothing's incorrect. But if a Democrat wins, everything's all rigged because that's their program. Just because Trump said so. And like right now, with all the people there he's trying to bring into the cabinet, for example, he wants to bring in as Attorney General that fucking pedophile Matt Gaetz, whatever that fucking cocksucker's name is. This is the same party that kept saying that especially from MAGA voters, they were saying that all the Democrats are pedophiles. They're all like funded by George Soros and all that stuff. People like Roseanne Barr said the same fucking shit all the goddamn time, people. And that's really irritating. It's like a double standard thing. And right now, since they have to do an investigation, I believe Mike Johnson said they should not release the report on Matt Gaetz to the public. He is a public figure. Matt Gaetz is a public figure, and he has to deal with that shit. But yet somehow, that's they're the people, the party who are against pedophiles. Yeah, they're making a dude as an attorney general, a pedophile as an attorney general. Look at the hypocrisy of these people. And Tulsi Gabbard, don't even get me started on that fucking lady. She was not even a Democrat to begin with. She was a pretend Democrat. That's all she ever fucking was. And who else? RFK Jr. This is the same guy who says that he doesn't believe in AIDS. He believes that I believe he said that AIDS was spread by using poppers. Oh my fucking God. And he is a strong anti-vaxxer. And yet right now, anti-vaxxers are riding on a high horse right now. I don't understand what is it with people with these anti-vaxxers. They believe that vaccines causes autism. No, it does not. What is it with this? You know, the people who are anti-vax are all fucking religious nuts. They believe in the power of prayer. They believe in all the power of the Bible. Prayer doesn't do shit. Medicine, science does. I don't understand what is it with people that are so fucking... And you know, the one thing I really cannot... What is it with these people that use the term jab? Oh my God. Especially like, I remember the first time, I've heard it before, but this though, the one person who kept saying that fucking term jab all the time, and where the fuck is he now? He's fucking dead, buried 6 feet under, is Doug Kuzma. He kept saying all the time, I'm not going to get the jab. The power of prayer does. And he kept using these fucking LifeWay patches to supposedly, because he contracted COVID at a convention, a wake something. All these like ultra right wingers came there. And he contracted COVID there. And when he was doing his podcast, he kept saying that he kept taking hydrochloroquine. He was wearing all these like LifeWay patches. It's just like the placebo effect. And where is he now? He's dead, buried 6 feet under. And all for what? Because they believe that vaccines are against their own freedom. I don't understand what is it with these people who think that. And I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant here. It's just that it's so irritating that people like Doug Kuzma, who else? Kirsten Weldon, another anti-vaxxer idiot. She used to go out with a megaphone, yelling, saying that these people are gullible, don't take the vaccine. And where is she now? She's dead, buried 6 feet under. And she said that she contracted bacterial pneumonia. No one knows. She just didn't want to say that she got that fucking shit. Okay, vaccines don't cure COVID because it just if you contract that shit, and with the vaccine it'll help make it less powerful. Because I remember the first time I think in with my loved ones, I believe that the first person who contracted the coronavirus or COVID, whatever you want to call it, was my dad. And he was, I think he caught that shit at work, but my mom and dad insisted he take a test. He said no. He was being stubborn about that. And he kept coughing, and my mom was near hugging him, kissing him. And I was like, I thought it was a fucking cold, but he kept coughing and all that stuff until then they told him, take a test. And my father did take a test. Lo and behold, he was positive. And we were all masked up in the house. My dad was isolated. And later on, I think it was in August of 2022, when my mom and dad went to go get themselves get the physical, but they went on the wrong day. So what do we do that day? So they went to go have breakfast in Chatsworth. And they went to then IHOP that was located in Devonshire. And everybody was masked up except for this waitress or waiter or whatever it was. And originally my mom said she did not want to go eat there. And my dad was the one who kept saying, come on, let's go eat there. Nothing's going to happen. And she noticed that one of the waiters was not wearing a mask. Okay, so be it. And yep, my mom started to get sick. I was with her when we were discussing with the paperwork and all that stuff, because she runs her own business, and my mom started to develop a cough and all that stuff. And yeah, she had a fever, and she took a test. She was positive, and I was like, oh shit, and I was near her. And I took a test that same day. I was negative at that time. And then later on, the following morning, I started to feel like absolute shit. And I took another test, and I was negative at that time. Throughout the day, I was taking care of my mom's work, her job. I went in her place because she was sick with that shit. And lo and behold, throughout the day, I was like feeling like my eyes, my head was hurting. I was sneezing and I was coughing. And I was like, oh no, this does not sound good. I came home that day and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't feel well. I feel like absolute shit. And lo and behold, I took another test. I was positive. And I was like, fuck. But luckily, thanks to my one of my closest friends who works at a pharmacy, he got me the vaccine. And I say, vaccines save lives. These people who are anti-vaxxers, I don't know what is it with them, that they have this weird agenda but vaccines save lives. And yet now in this day and age, we have a fucking crazy person who's going to be in charge, and now he's trying to tell people what the fuck to eat. And these are the same people, mind you, who wants to put who at the time was, I think it was Michelle Obama, the First Lady Michelle Obama, who was promoting healthy eating, and the MAGAs were like saying, fuck you, you don't tell us what to do. And yet now this guy is trying to tell us, trying to get rid of like our cereals, our cookies and all that stuff. And I told this guy on Twitter, okay, if you want to tell people what to eat, do that in your house. In this country, you don't tell us what to do. You know? But yet somehow that's allowed. But when it was what's her name, First Lady Michelle Obama, that was not allowed. Oh my God! But you know, all I'm gonna see is right now. This is gonna be a shit show. This is gonna be a shit show right now. And look at this. I see right now a bunch of people. Look right now. I'm looking at Twitter right now. It says here. This one dude said, 2 black people. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you again in 4 years. And they show this guy. I don't know, these 2 dudes who are fucking kissing Trump's ass, and yet the people who are working in this administration, I do not see. Well, I do see one so-called minority, that Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever that fucker's name is, Elon Musk, but the rest are just all a bunch of white people. I see this guy right here, who is the Pete Hegseth, a Secretary of Defense, another guy who was a fucking who sexually assaulted many people. And yeah, that guy, and you know, it's funny how they accuse Vice President Harris of, they call her a DEI, had no experience politically. And this guy, Pete Hegseth, is a host on fucking Fox News, mind you. Governor Kristi Noem, the defense secretary, and this diabetic dirtbag Mike Huckabee as Israel ambassador. That's what I was saying with all you Arab Americans who voted for Trump. Now this guy right here is in charge. He's going to say goodbye to you guys. And now they're saying goodbye. That they're saying, did President Biden do something about it? Now you fuckers voted for Trump. Now deal with it, motherfuckers. And I'm not going to go throughout the entire list, but these people, the people that have something against are fucking RFK Jr., Elon Musk. Fuck that guy. And you know, it's funny. Speaking of Elon Musk, right now, this dude right now, pardon me, Elon Musk right now is telling people not to leave X because a lot of people right now are leaving X or Twitter. I'm going to call it Twitter. What the fuck am I saying? That's Twitter. You know, like when Elon Musk bought Twitter, he basically he got rid of the blue app and he moved out from San Francisco to Texas. And the name X? That's my answer. And this guy gets all mad. He gets his panties in a bunch just because people call it Twitter still. It will always be known as Twitter in my eyes. But Elon Musk right now is losing all of his followers. Some people are staying. I still use my Twitter account still, but right now a lot are leaving for another app. It's not really new to begin with. It's been around for quite some time. It's called Blue Sky, and that app was also developed by the former founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey. And he also he left the board of directors from Blue Sky and told all these people to stay on X because he said he admired Elon Musk. And right now, all I can say with Jack Dorsey is this guy is fucking nothing more than trouble in Twitter because he has turned Twitter into a cesspool. It's nothing more than just a bunch of people who have bots and who are he lets a lot of especially racist right wingers to spew their shit, and they can say whatever the fuck they want. But if someone retaliates against these racist people, yet somehow people get vindicated. Like, for example, one time I got called a racist slur in Twitter, and I reported. They didn't do shit. But when I retaliated, they had an issue on that. My page was shadow banned for at least 48 hours. It wasn't like that under Jack Dorsey and the other guys, but once Elon Musk took it over, this fucker turned into a cesspool, It's just basically a playground for racists there. Racist MAGAs. Because that's what I'm noticing right now, that a lot of the Twitter users are all MAGA supporters. And right now, who was it? Cat Turd, that fucking asshole. He tried to open up an account on Blue Sky. He was fucking blocked. Another one, this fucking twat, clueless racist twat named Laura Loomer. She tried to open an account on Blue Sky. Boom, bam, banned. Right now, Blue Sky is not like Twitter. And you know, it's funny. I'm looking at it says here, look at this. Look what this guy said about Elon Musk. This is from a guy named, or a person called Kamala Dreams. This is what he said. This person wrote, and I quote, "The richest man on earth is actually Putin because he can afford a large private army security and he owns Russia at the moment. He can start wars and still push his BS. His time will come. So will his agent Trump Musk." And it's just like a shit show right now. It says here, look at another one. This morning, Russian Gazprom stopped gas supplies to Austria. This answer came swiftly, and all America should learn from Karl Nehammer, Austria's president. Stand up to these Putin agents and tyrants infiltrating everywhere. Because you know right now, what is it with Trump always bending over backwards for Vladimir Putin? What is it with this guy? Like I remember, like, when he was in his first term, this dude had a meeting with him with nobody around. It was just Trump and that guy. And yet people actually praise Vladimir Putin. He praises they all praise a fucking murderer, a person who has committed atrocities, and yet somehow that fucking piece of shit's still alive. And I don't understand, what is it with Trump bending over backwards for this guy? I guess we'll never know, ladies and gentlemen, what is it with Trump always bending over backwards for Vladimir Putin. And right now, I'm looking at all these shits right now that's saying right here on Blue Sky. Let me see. I'm looking at it. A lot of people, especially like MAGAs, get shut down here in Blue Sky because this is not Twitter. Let me see. Sorry if I'm taking long because I'm looking at what people say. Okay, look what some guy said. Roger McNeamy. He said, "We should acknowledge that MAGA and Trump's victory were enabled by internet platforms whose business models reward fear and outrage. Dems had 8 years after Facebook enabled Trump and never had a floor vote in either chamber on a single bill that could possibly have addressed the harms." It's just like a lot of things right now. And it's funny that fucking, what's his name? Joe Rogan said something that Elon Musk must have known already the results of the election. And look, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, people, because I'm not. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I'm not like these crazy, batshit crazy people like Marjorie Taylor Greene or even Alex Jones, for starters. Oh my God. The people, like, I don't understand how long this dude was on the air saying spewing all these crazy conspiracy theories with no facts whatsoever. And I'll give you an example with Alex Jones. Okay, he was another anti-vaxxer crazy motherfucker. He was on his show saying that he was taking ivermectin because he doesn't believe in the vaccine. He only took the ivermectin. He says that it was quote unquote proven that it was good against for COVID. And he says he could see he was taking some of it out, and then he slugs it with some mineral water, and then he starts having a psychotic break. He was saying Nobel Prize winning for humans. He kept saying the same fucking thing, and then he kept attacking another people who MAGAs always kept attacking. That's also including Alex Jones, is Dr. Anthony Fauci. That fucker was. I'm not insulting him, but I'm saying that fucker is like he was a scientist. He was a doctor, but yet these MAGAs these crazy people kept spreading all these horrible things about this guy because they believe everything what this guy said. He kept saying that all these murderers and all that stuff, and I don't understand how people could take this guy seriously, you know. People like him, people like Ben Shapiro. Oh my God, don't even get me started on that guy. That's for another show. But I'm talking about Alex Jones and Marjorie Taylor Greene. But these conspiracy theorists, they like to spread. They were always spreading the big lie that the 2020 election was stolen. They still okay, the Democrats lost. I know that Vice President Kamala Harris lost. I'm sad. Yes, I am. But I have to get over it, you know? I'm over it. But yet somehow the same people, they already fucking won the second time. Yet they keep still bitching about that the 2020 was stolen. Get over that. Get over yourselves. They kept saying that Trump won in 2020. People are fucking delusional who say that. Honest to Christ, people. They kept saying that it's like Marjorie said that Trump won the third time. He won the second time. There was no third time, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. I swear to you, people like that just, I swear, I don't understand why people keep re-electing that fucking moron. I swear to you, people, I don't understand how people keep electing that fucking moron. They re-elected her. They re-elected Ted Cruz. They re-elected Lauren Boebert. But yet no one said about it was rigged. But yet Marjorie kept saying that right now in California, I believe there's an incumbent, a Democrat who won. He kept saying that California was rigged. Oh, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just shut the fuck up about that. I don't understand. Like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Sorry if I got off track. But there has been a lot of rumors, people, that there have been votes that have not been counted in the state of Pennsylvania, in the state of Michigan, Wisconsin. And I even saw videos that were being posted around that they were burning down voting ballot boxes. And some people are saying that they should contact their state representatives to see if their vote was counted. That kind of sounds a little bit fishy to me. I mean, I voted by mail, and my mailman picked it up. But they're like it's been talked about a lot that a lot of votes were not counted. They're saying that the election was actually pretty much stolen. Like I said, I don't know. I don't have any evidence to prove all that. But if there's been like whispers and all that stuff. Is there? I mean, I've checked if my vote was counted. It was. But there's like swing states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, hell, even the state of Nevada, the state of Arizona. But yet the MAGA say that that's not true, that Trump won by a landslide. In reality, it was not really by a landslide. Landslide is 370, like President Obama did the first time. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fucking landslide. But like I said, I don't know. But like I said, I'm not gonna want to be the one saying, "Oh, the 2024 election was rigged." And like right now, Trump won. He did. I don't like to say it, but he won. But now he's saying that he hasn't even gotten in office at the moment, but yet somehow he's already thinking about going for a third term. Motherfucker, there's only for 2 terms, dude. But yet, if this guy puts all these other people that bend over backwards just to be loyal to him and change the Constitution, that's going to be something that's pretty going to be scary. If that were the case, I don't know if the military might get involved in that. You know, that would be scary if this guy wants to stay more than third term, but who knows? And you know, this is another thing right now. Trump is going to be the oldest president being in office. And yet now the fucking media were saying that President Biden was too old. But it's when Trump won, they shut up about that. People like in CNN, people in MSNBC, they kept saying the same shit over and over. President Biden's too old, and he has showing signs of dementia. So does Trump. But yet somehow that's allowed. But I just want to see right now, when this fucker gets into office, he's gonna make a shit show. And people say that the world laughs at the United States because President Biden's in charge. It's going to be even a circus once Trump gets into office and brings all these fucking people who have no experience whatsoever. And whatever happens in 2028, watch, Democrats are gonna beat the living shit out. And you know, if once Trump leaves office, the Republican Party, and I know there are some people in the Republican Party who are not Trump loyalists. I mean, they're Republicans nevertheless. But I know for a fact that once this guy is out of office, it's going to take a long, long time for the Republican Party to recover. And like right now with this guy who's going to do the mass deportations right now, he said he's going to, once he gets in the first day in office, he's going to do all these mass deportations. Right now, Governor Newsom is already making laws to protect people not being deported. Even the chief of police of the chief of the LAPD said that we're not going to deport people. That's not their job. And I'm no fan of Governor Newsom because I'm not. But for once, I actually do applaud the guy. And when Trump went on the Joe Rogan podcast, he said that he was not gonna help out California at all because Governor Newsom is not gonna. There are some Democrats who bend over and take it and just bend over and let this guy do his will with Trump. There are some Democrats, I know that for a fact. But Governor Newsom is not one of those guys. And Trump has a bone to pick with him, and Governor Newsom has a bone to pick up with Trump, you know? But I don't know. I don't know what the future holds right now, and I'm not going to lie to you. We're November 16. President Biden is still the president nevertheless. I don't know what the hell he has planned right now. Come January 20th, 2025, as I said before, and the people who voted, especially like DACA recipients who voted for Trump, and now they're going to fear some people who were DACA recipients, and then they got papers and they voted for Trump, and yet knowing the fact that this guy's going to do. And I have as I said before in one of my earlier episodes, that I have a very close friend who is a DACA recipient, and he told me that he's actually worried. I'm actually very worried right now, people. And I worry people, what's going to happen right now? I'm not for that. I don't agree with these massive deportations. I don't agree with that. And For one, I am the son of immigrants, and I am a staunch supporter of illegal immigrants because they have rights. Because you think people who I want to say this, if I were to have a chance to talk to Ted Cruz, because he that fucker is not even from this country to begin with. He's Canadian. He's not even American born. He was born in Canada. And yeah, I would like to go to his bloated fat fuck face that he has and tell him, okay, since you're also for mass deportations, okay, why don't you take your fat ass and go work in the vegetable fields, go paint a house, go clean a house, go work in construction. He has this arrogant attitude. Of course, all these arrogant politicians have this attitude because I don't understand how the hell these type of people get overly paid. It's just way overboard. I'll never understand that. But I would like to tell especially Ted Cruz and especially this fucking asshole, Marco Rubio. That's another guy who was against Trump. Now he's all kissing his ass now. I like these two fuckers to go work in the vegetable fields, go clean a house, go paint a house, go do all these stuff that white people won't do. You know, and I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant here. It's just that I especially is, you know, it's funny how, and that guy Vivek, whatever that guy is, it's funny how people who are MAGA Republicans are all like, especially like the minorities, I would say like Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and that Vivek, they're minorities, yet they're the ones who are very anti-immigrant. And they should look themselves in the mirror in that aspect because I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just those fuckers especially irritate the living fuck out of me. And I don't understand how they got reelected, but whatever. You know, that's their thing. So let's see what happens. And that about wraps up for this week's podcast. And I will be talking this coming week. I will be talking about the fight that happened between Mike Tyson and that so-called boxer Jake Paul, whatever his name is. And I heard what happened. I didn't agree. The only thing I'll say is that Jake Paul is making a mockery out of boxing. He's not a boxer. You know, him and Logan Paul are not. Logan Paul is not a wrestler. Neither Jake Paul is a boxer. They are YouTubers. They're Viners, whatever the fuck they are. You know? But whatever. That will be for another. That will be for this week's upcoming episode. So that about wraps up for this week's podcast. And I would like to say thank you for listening, and y'all have a great night. Bye bye.